Hello, buddy. Crow here with an unboxing, and I don't usually do unboxings. In fact, in the many years I've been on YouTube, I don't know if I've ever done an unboxing, but I kind of wanted to do this one. And I was thinking about where to do it, and I thought, what better place than on the Time Machine? Now, the Time Machine isn't on for two reasons. I didn't want them interrupting me, and I thought the lights might be distracting. But I got this in the mail today. And what this is this is the new 3DS XL, the Monster Hunter edition. And the reason I got it in the mail was because when I found out about this, I happened to be at work, so I ordered it online, and there was no option to pick up in store. So I just had it mailed to my house. And in retrospect, what's kind of funny is I had the last 3 days off of work. I had the Friday the 13th, when the day this actually came out, that Saturday and Sunday off of work. And it kind of killed me because I had time to mess around with this, but I had it sent in the mail. In retrospect, I could have seen it if I had it shipped a little bit faster. What also kills me is actually at Friday, it actually got the distribution center really near my house, but I had to sit and watch it sit there for 2 days because this was shipped out UPS 3-day select, and with that method, UPS doesn't deliver packages on Saturday. So I got this. I came home from work. It's Monday now. Finally got this. Been anxious. Got home from work, sitting on my doorstep, saw it. So let's open it. You're going to get 2 unboxings for the price of one here because I have to unbox the box it came in. So, and you know, this is not going to be anything special. I'm not a professional unboxer. Looks like to be shipping information from GameStop, and GameStop is the only place you could have picked this up. So, yeah, here we go. This is it right here. The new Nintendo 3DS XL Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. The game is actually pre-installed on here, which is kind of funny because the other special edition 3DS was the Majora's Mask one, which they actually announced first in the Nintendo Direct, and that absolutely did not interest me at all. And then and then when I saw this, and I saw the logo and the brush steel on there, that really caught my attention. Let me see if I can't zoom in a little bit here better. There we go. That ought to be a little bit better here. Yeah, there's not wrapped in plastic or anything, but really small box. And actually, part of the reason for this is because this does not include the AC adapter. Yeah, it included pre-installed. I would actually prefer if they actually gave out a physical version. This was $30 more than the regular new Nintendo 3DSs. So this was like $229.99 as opposed to $199.99. Even the Majora's Mask one was $199.99. But what's funny is that the Majora's Mask one didn't include the game pre-installed. And I've never actually played any Monster Hunter games, but I was always interested in them. And I just love the way this supposedly looked in the video. So I had to go with it. I pulled the trigger right then and there and pre-ordered it right away for fear that this might actually sell it. I thought that this would be, selling out way before the Majora's Mask one. I don't know why. I was like, oh, Majora's Mask, who cares about that? Monster Hunter, yeah, that looks awesome. But let's open this up and see what's in here. Now, this is kind of more than just an unboxing video, because if it was just an unboxing video, I probably wouldn't have made it. I kind of have a interesting dilemma that I'll get into after this. I pull this out here, so the whole thing just slides out apparently. Let's put that up there. So it comes with AR cards, which, yeah, AR cards. And let me do that way since it's right side up. What's interesting is that my camera's filming this upside down, and I'm going to rotate the video 180 degrees when I edit it. And then a manual in many different languages. All very interesting stuff that nobody's actually going to look at. So let's let's pull this thing apart here. Actually, I thought this would just flap up, but oh, here it does. It just flaps up this way, which is actually upside down. But yeah, as you can see, there's no AC charger in there. And Nintendo's thinking, well, Nintendo's spin on it was like, oh, we're saving you money by not including an AC charger. Because most people would already have a 3DS or a DSi, and they could just use the charger for that. But what they fail to realize is that if people are upgrading, they maybe want to sell their old system, and they're going to be selling it without a charger. So whoever's going to buy this system is going to need a charger anyway. Kind of ridiculous. Yeah, so here we go. Let's take this out here. And it is cold because it had been sitting outside for several hours. But that is a nice look. And it may be because it's cold, but it does kind of feel a little bit like aluminum. Maybe with a plasticky gloss over it. So, yeah, really nice looking. I like the logo. It kind of annoys me a little bit that it says Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I would rather, if I had the design choice, I would actually get rid of that. I think it would be more aesthetic. But I could live with it, and apparently I did because I bought it. But I know on the back here we got the whatever this is. Again, I don't know anything about Monster Hunter, but I'm hoping to rectify that in the future. So let's open this up here. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. Ooh, you saw my reflection in there. Yeah, so let's actually pull some of the stuff aside and do a little bit of a comparison with the 3DS I'm currently using, which is this one, just a regular 3DS XL. Actually got this on Black Friday. It was like $150 in 2015. So November 2013, that's when I got my 3DS. I was not, by any stretch of the imagination, an early adopter of the 3DS. I kind of held off on it for a long time until it might just because this is cold, because it's been sitting outside, but I like the feel of it. It actually feels, so I got, yeah, this one's already been on, but I don't know why, but this one feels less plasticky. I'm sure it's just because it's cold and new. But yeah, I'll just point out the same thing that I've seen in other videos. I didn't watch too many unboxing videos or anything. In fact, I haven't watched any unboxing videos for this. Because what I really was paying attention to was how to transfer data from here to here. Now, my dilemma is there's a 4 gig SD card in here. This comes with a 4 gig micro SD card, which I'll show getting out soon enough. But this has got a pre-installed game on it. And at the same time, I want to upgrade it to a 32 gigabyte memory card. This one that I got here. So, let me just, before I go by what I'm going to plan on doing, let's just go by what I see is different here. We got the volume switches up here, up near the top here, as opposed to on the side of this one. We got the colored buttons that reminisce. Here's what I find interesting about this. They colored the buttons on the new 3DS to reflect the Super Nintendo controller in the PAL territories and the original Japanese Super Famicom. I just so happen to have a Super Famicom controller here, and you can see that the colors match up. We got red, yellow, green, and blue. However, these were these Super Nintendo controllers we got in the States. They're just purple. So it doesn't match. So I thought that was kind of interesting that they continued to do the color buttons in the States, even though we didn't actually get those colors on our Super Nintendo controllers. Other things that are different, there's no Wi-Fi toggle on this. On the side here, it looks really nice with the brushed aluminum here. I think that's really nice looking. I'm really glad I went with this one. As you can see, the volume on this side is up here now. We got the circle pad, we got the D-pad, we got the buttons here. The start and select have been moved over here and here, which is really good, I think, because there's a lot of times where I'm playing a game and I want to hit the start button here to pause a game or something like that instead I have to come all the way over here. The setup is a lot like the DSi, which, give me a second, I got one of those. Yeah, the DSi, so we got, like, it matches what was on the DSi before. Here. The home button is still in the middle, which makes sense. And then, of course, we've got the analog nub, which I actually demoed this in a Best Buy on Friday when I happened to be in there. And I imagine it would be like one of those older laptops that got the nub like in the middle of the keyboard for controlling the mouse. But this actually seems a lot stiffer than the ones I've seen. And I actually tried it, and it works fairly well. So I'm not actually going to demo this in this video. I will turn it on and try some stuff out, though. You'll see that in a minute. Again, this has got no Wi-Fi, and the cartridge slot on this is now in the front. The headphones is actually right in the front and the middle, so that's pretty nice, I think. On this one, it's kind of in the side. Stylus here on this old one pulls out from the side. And this one, it looks like it comes out the front. Yep, it's a little bit different. The stylus is just a little bit different. Power button here is on the front. And one of the big things some people complain about, which I don't think is that big of a deal, which I'm going to have to deal with shortly, is that the memory card, you just insert it in the side here for this one, whereas in this one you actually have to pull off the back. So actually I'm going to do that right now. One of the complaints, and I've seen some people complain that, oh, I've got to take the screws off. I didn't have a screwdriver to take this off, and even some of the people that did have the screwdriver were like breaking the bottom of the case off. So I'm going to get my screwdriver and try this out. First I got to take the stylus out. Alright, this is a screwdriver that I just always happen to have sitting on my desk. So I'm going to see if that'll work. Yeah, it's going to work just fine. You know what? Oh, you know what? I bet you the screws aren't actually going to come out. They're going to kind of just get loose, which is fine. And, you know, the people are complaining that you have to unscrew this to get the SD card out. I can't remember one time in my other 3DS where I needed to swap out the SD card just once. And even if you do need to swap it out, it's not something, I don't think you're going to be doing that often. And once you get like a bigger SD card, I mean, are you going to be downloading that much stuff to fill up that? I've even heard 64 gig ones will work in this as well, albeit unofficially. So there's little nubs up there. So I got my stylus out. There's a little hook on there, and I've seen the faceplates get taken off there. So let's see if that'll, yep, pops right off there very easily. There you go. Put that over there. Let's see here. Now, what's interesting is that I know there's tabs here. I don't really know the best way to get the tabs off. Did I turn this on somehow? I just noticed some of the lights are on. I don't know if those have been on or I probably hit the button or something. Oh, there we go. Kind of worried me for a second. It sounded like something snapped, but nope, it's fine. Here we go. This is where we got the battery and the SD card. This, I think, oh, you do push it in and slide it right out. Now, what I'm actually going to do, this supposedly has the pre-installed game on it. Now, normally I would just take this, pop that in there, or maybe even format this first. I'm not really sure, because it does have to be formatted in FAT32 and then pop it in there. But what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to pop this in my computer, transfer everything that's already on here onto here, format this FAT32, and then put the back in and then go from there. Alright, I had actually copied all the contents off of the old SD card onto this one. What I was actually curious was how much space the Monster Hunter game already took up on the old SD card. And turned out it was about a gig. So with a 4 gig memory card in there, you're left with 3 gigs. I know for a fact in my the 3DS I have right now with the 4 gig SD card in there, I'm already using up half of that, 2 gigs. So I suppose if I had done the data transfer without doing anything else, I would have only 1 gig left. And part of the reason I want a bigger SD card is because, they're not that expensive, even the micro ones. This one I got for like $15 off Amazon. But just in case in the future I wind up needing that space. I mean, not exactly planning on it, but like with the Vita, when I originally got the Vita, I got the biggest SD card, or whatever the card is that they use, the proprietary Sony format for the Vita. I got the biggest one available, even though I didn't plan on downloading a whole lot. But I managed to fill that thing up, and I'm already needing to manage my memory on that. So better to be safe than sorry. So I'm not going to put the back cover on just yet. I'm actually going to I have a plug ready to go here. I'm going to plug this in here. And let's turn this on. Oh, it's on. I must have hit the button. So removing SD card, maybe not such a good idea. Let's turn the volume all the way down. Go through a little bit of the setup without creating a Nintendo ID. That's important for when you need to transfer data. So English, okay. Let's use the stylus. So check the 3D screen check. The slider's already all the way up. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. It needs to do this apparently. Activate the 3D. And this is more for me than you, because you're not going to be able to see the 3D. But I can. So pretty nifty. Okay, next. Okay, your face is displayed in the... Oh, see, sometimes I can see my face, because I'm not exactly right in front of it, I guess. But, interesting. It'll work more in practice once it's in my hands, because I have tried this already. It's not functioning correctly. Okay. Let's, I'm just picking this up for a minute just to... Interesting. Okay, whatever. Continue. Okay. I could always reset that up anyway. How do I ignore all this? I'm just going to skip all the way by this because it's not important. How do we... I just want to skip this. How do I skip it? I'm not really sure, actually. I think I do have to... I'm just going to input anything because it's not going to matter. I will put United States, though. Do not set. But I will create the internet, because I do need the internet to actually, you need Wi-Fi to be able to do the data transfer. There's several different methods to do it, and all of them, I think, require that internet. So let's set it up. And I'm just going to kind of skip to where this is all ready to go. All right, connection successful. Not setting up. Okay, do you intend... Okay, right off the bat, do you intend to transfer one system's data to this one? We recommend doing so right away if you play downloadable titles on the system. Save... Okay, so okay. Transfer data to... Right off the bat, it's telling me, do I want to transfer system data? So I say yes. Now let's grab my other DS here. Let's turn the volume back up on this one. Just for fun. Okay, so now this is connecting to the internet. I'm going to go to the settings on this one. An error has occurred. There's always an error that occurs. So let's see, we want to do other settings, is it? System transfer. Send from this DS. I wanted to do system transfer. So now I'm... Okay, yeah, that's right. Set this. Okay, let's find my settings here again. This system is linked to a Nintendo ID. You must sign in before... Okay. Let's try this again. I've noticed that recently connecting the 3DS to Wi-Fi has been completely insane. I need to type in my password here. I'm going to skip outside of that, so you're not going to see this. Oh, I must update my system already to do a transfer. Wow. So I guess, the reason it didn't work is because it needed a system update already. Isn't that nice in this day and age? As soon as you buy something, it needs to be updated before you could even use it. So we will skip until this is all done. While that's going, just for comparison, here is my wife's original 3DS. So I'm going to move this aside here, kind of compare this to that. She's got a 3DS XL as well now, and I already transferred the data from that one to that one. Actually, not too long ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. But yeah, just for comparison, right here, you can see the difference. I'm sure there's other videos that have done this, but I'm just killing time waiting for this system that I just opened up like half an hour ago, or maybe even less than that, to update so I could use it. So, yeah. Oh, and isn't that a brilliant thing, that even if this was your first system and you didn't know you needed a charger, that you wouldn't probably be able to update this with the charger that's already in there. All right, I've put the other 3DS back here because now it's ready for the system. So on the target system, select receive from Nintendo 3DS. And this is still updating. I don't know how long this is taking. I'll have to... Oh, look at this. An error has occurred. Unable to update. Need to restart the system. So it looks like I have to start this again. Brilliant. A lot of people have said, why can't I just sign in and use... one ID, and that way I have multiple systems. But I think I know the reason why Nintendo is locking you down to one system, and I think it has to do with the Street Pass thing. I really think that might be the only reason. If there is another reason, I haven't thought of it yet. In fact, it's probably maybe published somewhere why they don't do that. Oh shoot, I can't do that. I wasn't thinking. I need to do the system update first. Yes, I know, and you wouldn't let me back out of it. Let's try this again. It's yeah, they give you an agreement, and you have to agree to it in order to update it. But if you don't agree to it, then you can't have the system. Oh, at least it's continuing where it left off, so that's good. Yeah, I was when I got the Final Fantasy Theatrhythm game, it took me a couple tries to log into the store to see what songs there were to download. It literally took me, it wouldn't work at all. The first time, couple times I tried it, then I waited a little while, and then I was able to get on there. And in fact, on the Wii store, not the Wii U store, okay, now I got to update. On the Wii store, there was a game I wanted to download, and I could not. It took many, many tries for the thing to actually download completely. I don't know what is going on with their store servers, and apparently their update servers too. All right, preparing to start the home menu. Alrighty, this is kind of an ordeal. Yes, shuffle favorites, that's fine. Don't care right now. I like the themes and all, but I'm not going to pay for them. The one I have on this system was the one I got with the Ultimate NES Remix, because I think I got it on the 3DS and the Wii U, and I got that for free, so I like that. So let's go other settings again. We're going to try and system transfer again. Let's see how long this takes. Here's the fake name I put in there, L. Hopefully that gets overwritten, because I think it will get overwritten. There we go. Transfer from. Yeah. Agree. Receive from this. Send from this system. Nope. Receive. Select the target system. We're going to do that. Transfer from crows. Yep. Okay. The following will occur with you. I think there's a way you could do it with... No, I need to do it this way, right? Well, I think it's going to give me another option. The transfer will replace all data on the target system with the system. All data on the system will reset and delete it. Yes. Now, it may have been pointless for me to transfer the data to the new one, but I did that just because of the pre-installed game. And I know from what I read is that the pre-installed game, when it transfers the data, is going to get deleted, and I'm going to have to re-download the game anyway. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now, it's going to give, I think it'll give me one of two methods. To transfer the data over Wi-Fi, which I heard it takes an extremely long amount of time, or I could take the files to my computer and just do them through my computer. I am, just out of curiosity, I kind of want to see how long it takes over Wi-Fi, but I think it's going to transfer over like 2 gigs of data, so that might take a really long time. I might take it to my computer. You got a little mark there. You probably didn't even see it. And I know you probably don't see the top screens that well. Let's fix that right now. I had it up there so I could see them pretty good. But as you can see, one of the features here is the auto brightness. I think the screen is really dim because I've got a lot... Well, no, actually it should be brighter with the additional lighting, but I think it might just because it's the newer system. It's just the screen is darker for whatever reason. Does it really need to be too bright during this month here? So it's preparing to transfer. I don't know how long this is going to take. Oh, an error has occurred. Why does an error always occur? What the? And I don't know what this is doing now. I guess I have to start this method all over again. Okay, I don't know what I do here. I can't get out of here. I guess I just have to wait for this to finish whatever it's doing. It should have realized it lost its connection. How long do I have to wait, though? I mean... This is kind of ridiculous. Okay, you know what? Screw this. I'm turning this off. I can't... This is ridiculous. It's not doing anything. Okay. Okay, so it's off now. Let's turn it back on. Okay, let's try this again. An error has occurred. What is the problem here? I'm not even that far away from the router. I don't even know why this would be having... I mean, it's not just this system. It's every DS system I've ever had. An error has occurred. What is the error? Let's see if system update will work. Oh, what's this? It's updating. What the system is up to date? Okay. So why won't you system transfer? It obviously connected to the internet. Oh, okay. Finally decided to work now. Agree. Receive from Nintendo 3DS. So now it's going to show up here. Okay. Yes. Next. Yes. Finally, back where we left off. Hopefully this will go through. Local. I'm noticing something up here. We got local. And it must be what it's doing. Maybe they're too close together. I don't know. Local. Local. Okay, here we go. If you have the same software or downloadable content on both systems, the software or downloadable content on the target system will be deleted and no longer usable. Yeah. Downloadable content. Okay, but again, I specifically software to be deleted from the target system. Good. Next. There is some software and data that will become. Is it fine? Yes. Start to transfer. Transfer. Data created by the system on the micro SD card will no longer be usable if you perform a transfer. Delete all Nintendo 3DS games. Yeah. Now it's going to delete the stuff that was I had already just put on there, but I should be able to re-download the content again. I mean, yeah, delete. Hopefully, otherwise I'll be calling Nintendo and being like, what the hell? Okay, next. Have any other micro SD cards been used with the system? I'm going to say no. Even though I just pulled out that other card, but I copied it, so. And I'm probably going to erase that once this goes fine and use it just as a spare SD card. An SD card, okay, blah, okay. Oh, here we go. One of the following three methods must be used to transfer the source system's SD card. Wireless transfer. Lower capacity micro SD card. Okay. PC-based transfer. I think I'm going to go with the PC-based transfer. After the transfer is complete, use a PC to delete the data from the target system's micro SD card and then copy the data from the SD card onto it. I think that's what I'm going to do. If you use any other SD cards with the system, use a PC to copy. Okay. Are you using an SD card or a mini SD card with this system? Select no if you are using. Are you using an SD card or a mini SD card with the system? Yes, because there's an SD card in there. We're going to do PC-based transfer. After the transfer is complete, use the PC to delete. About performing after the transfer is complete, use a PC to delete the data from the target system's micro SD card and then copy the data from this system's. What? Okay, wait. Do I have to do that now, or is it going to tell me to? Please insert the micro SD card into the target system after copying data onto it with the PC. So that's my cue. I guess I just leave that on right as it is. Take out the SD card here again. Oh, there it goes. Don't want to lose it in the pinball machine. Okay. So let's take this SD card out. Now I'm going to go over to my PC and copy one for one exactly what's on here onto here. Alright, I have done the copy. It actually didn't take too long because I was pretty much only copying what was on here onto here. So let's slide this back in. We'll put the cover around after we get this all working. So we've got that in place. Now we say next. Please review the following information before continuing. Okay. Delete any. Where's my stylus? Delete any data saved on target's system's micro SD card. Be sure to copy any essential. Okay. Now I made a copy of the data that was already there. Once I'm sure that it all transferred over, I'll delete it. So next, the chosen method will be to use the transfer SD card move. Okay. Oh, it's still doing this weird transfer data thing. Oh, I guess there's internal memory stuff. just noticed everything's crooked in the camera. I was not really looking at the camera, but it's doing that weird Pikmin data. Okay, so it is transferring some data. I know it has to. Okay, the sound. But most of the heavy data I did via PC, apparently. So it looks like there's only 5 things it needs to transfer over. While this is going, I will mention that I'll just talk about how a lot of, I don't know if a lot of people, but when they came out with the new 3DS here in the States, I'm glad they went with the XL version over the regular version. Now, a lot of people would have preferred the smaller version just because it would have fit better in their pockets, or they like the removable faceplates, the interchangeable faceplates. To me, I'm not really so interested in that. If I wanted to, you could get a skin for these things, like just a sticker to put over it. I think that's fine. But, you know, I couldn't see myself going from an XL to a smaller one. Even though I have been using this one a little bit just to try it out, and it's not too bad. And actually, the regular size new 3DS has actually got a little bit bigger screens than this. But to me, I'm glad they kept with the XL because I wear pretty big pants, and I usually slide this in my front pocket. As a testament to that, this is the phone I use. I have no problem putting this in my front pocket, and that's actually a little bit, might be a little bit bigger. Actually, it's a little bit bigger than the regular 3DS XL, just a hair bigger. But it's actually about the same size as this one. Yeah, it's about the same size as this one. I mean, they have these on top of each other. It's no problem for me. So I'm glad I didn't have to. You know, if they had come out with the regular 3DS and not the XL version, I don't know if I would have gotten it. I might have just because it did have bigger screens. But, yeah. Anything else I wanted to talk about? I don't know. Almost wound up with the Majora's Mask version too, because I asked my wife when I heard about this that I was going to order the Monster Hunter one, and I asked her, and I sent her a picture of the Majora's Mask one because she does like Majora's Mask. I don't like the Nintendo 64 Zeldas, so I didn't want anything to do with the Majora's Mask one. But she does, and I asked her if she was interested in it. I thought it did look kind of cool, so I sent it to her. And she said no, she wasn't interested in it. So we didn't buy it. But then a couple weeks later, she was like, oh, maybe I should have gotten it. I'm like, well, it's too late now. Not unless you want to pay $400 to scalpers online. Plus, I don't know if I actually completed my thought from earlier, but I think it's completely strange that the Monster Hunter version came with Monster Hunter pre-installed, whereas the Majora's Mask one didn't come with any game at all. But then again, it was the regular price. This even though I did the PC-based transfer, this built-in software is still taking quite a bit of time. Oh, look at this. A local wireless error has occurred, canceling transfer. Please try again. That's nice. And look at this. This 3C... look at this. Okay, now it's back to the beginning. Hopefully this is okay. Because that's not good. Let's see what happens on this one. This is messed up. I never had... This is ridiculous. Oh, I'm going to sit here and I guess I just have to wait for this to do something, because I'm not going to turn it off now. Okay, here's what the deal. I'm going to wait 5 minutes and see what happens. Because these Pikmin are just running and not doing anything. This is so stupid. This is the worst transfer process I've ever seen. I'm already like well into an hour since I started recording, and once I started recording, I never stopped it. I mean, I've taken breaks to do stuff and everything, but it hasn't been that long. But I've been recording for well over an hour now, and I'm having so many problems with connections and transferring. And you know what? It's not just this and this. I had exactly the same problems when I was trying to transfer from this to my wife's other 3DS XL. But eventually I got it to work. This is just silly. It tells me that I transferred everything from SD card to SD card using PC, and then it still goes and does this crap. And then it tells me, oh, I lost internet connection, and I got to reboot, and now it's like got nothing in it. Okay, I'm just gonna wait, see what happens. This should realize it's not getting any more information. But it's not. It's the same deal when I did the transfer process before. I don't think it's gonna realize it. I mean, there's nothing I can do. Oh, I can't hit that one. Okay, I got nothing. I have to hope that when I turn this back on, it's gonna be have my most of my the because it said eShop. So if it didn't work, I got to start the process all over again. If I have to do that, I'm not even going to record it. I'll just stop the video. Okay, this is unusual. Connecting to the internet. Some data that has not completed your transfer. Please do not turn off until the transfer is completed. The system was now restart. Okay. Oh, now it says transfer complete. Okay, whatever. Please read the instructions when transferring from. Turn off both systems. Use a PC. Okay, so now it says that the transfer is complete. Now we have to turn off. Let's just follow the instructions. We're going to turn off both systems here. Now I should have already done that. So now both systems are off. Let's turn this one on. This should hopefully this doesn't matter anymore. Let's put this aside. It actually worked. Okay, for all these errors, it looked like my system transfer actually worked. Which I'm surprised. I even have my Street Pass stuff going on in there. My notifications, if it says I had met 5 people Street Pass, yep. Everything transferred over despite all the errors. I do have no game in there. In fact, let me pop in the game that I had in there just so I can do that. Let's see here. Yep. All right. Okay, that was completely silly. Let me put the back of the case back on, and then we can see something else. Close that up. Again, I had no problem with the back plate other than it was a little bit difficult to figure out with the tabs. But I think I don't know. I don't really know. There must be a more proper way to take this thing off than I did. But hopefully, I'll never have to take it off again. So there we go. We got the screws here. Yeah, that's tight. All right, and you know what? Since it's the hour in which I was doing it, this thing has thawed out, and it does have a more plasticky feel than it originally did at first. So, ignore what I said about it feeling like metal. It just felt that way because it was cold. Okay, so really, the next thing we got to do is go into the store and see if I could download that Monster Hunter game that was originally pre-installed on here. And I'm going to blank out my Nintendo Network ID name and everything, just because. Probably not my name, but my Nintendo Network ID, I am definitely blanking out of there. Okay, even got the right. I didn't, as you noticed before, I didn't have the date and time in there set right. And now it is right. It is 7/18. All right, let's see if I can menu. I don't know where my downloads are normally. Where's it? Hang on, give me a second to find out where the things I've downloaded are. Download. Oh, I can scroll down here. It just looked like I couldn't scroll down. Updates, read downloadable software. Here it is. I guess I mean, have I downloaded anything? I've downloaded like the Mario Golf stuff. I'll have to see if I can. I don't know about if that would show up here though. But here, we can re-download Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. That's all I really cared about. I really haven't purchased too much stuff from the store, so thankfully. Okay, so that's the thing. Since download now. Since it was on the system originally and I had to do a system transfer, it deleted it. Now I have to re-download it. That was the biggest thing. That is actually the last thing. I think I might just let this go. I don't know how long it's going to take, but man, this was a complete pain in the ass to transfer data, and I don't think... Nothing went right. And I never got anything that said... nothing went smoothly, let's put it that way. And even after the transfer, like, the one system crapped out, finally, on the last transfer, it was like... What was I supposed to do? It just was sitting there, and the Pikmin were wandering around aimlessly, looking for something that wasn't there. So I just turned it off and turned it on, and then it told me that it didn't complete, and it said it was going to reboot. Then it rebooted, and then told me it was successful. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But I am going to mess around with this for a while. Probably in my next pickups video, I might do a little bit of impressions. But this thing has got to download a gig worth of data, and I'm not going to film all of it. You could just imagine how long it's going to take to download a gig of data in here. So, you know what? I'm going to leave... I think that'll be the end of the video. I think I said everything I wanted to say. Again, I knew I wasn't going to have a chance to really play this. If you're interested in seeing what I think about it, I'm going to use it for a while. And then, I don't know, my next pickup video, I'll kind of have my impressions of it over the original 3DS XL. In the meantime, I'll use this for a while, then I'll erase the SD card completely. And I wasn't going to sell it, but somebody was interested in buying it after I announced on Facebook that I was getting this one. So I'll let them know after I'm satisfied with this, that in my data transfer and everything, that that one's good to go. And I hope I'm not going to get flagged for this music. Because that would be silly, because, I don't like that music. It's from Zelda, apparently, the Majora's Mask, and I wasn't interested in that to begin with, so I didn't want it in my video, but Nintendo, you forced me to put it in there because you made it the theme for your stupid store. Anyway, man, thanks everyone for watching. I'm going to have some editing to do. Hopefully I can have this up later today. See y'all next time. Bye.